Model 26, back again for another review tonight. I'm continuing my series of reviews for Joyner's hot pepper powders, and tonight I'll be working on the Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. Now these are, as far as I know, these are a Boot Jalokia crossed with a Trinidad Scorpion, and this is a peach variation of that cross. So you see, looks a lot like a boot, except it's got that nice scorpion stinger on the end, so it's kind of the best of both worlds as far as the look goes. I can't exactly remember what other people have said this tastes like, but I do know that these are supposed to be pretty darn hot. And so again, this is from Joyner's hot pepper powders. So we'll cut it open, and I'll give you guys a look on the inside there. That's just the skin. Thought for a second, I'll show you guys on the camera here in a second. I thought this was a mold spot, but it's actually just a very, very thin spot on the pepper. Had me worried there for a second. Let me take a few seeds out of here, and then I'll show you guys the inside. Never grown these before, so good opportunity for me to get my hand on some seeds and try to grow them. I don't know about next year, but some other year. This has a lot more seeds on this side, so let me get those. Not a lot of placental tissue. Well, maybe on one side here, and I'll show that to you. But there's not a lot of moisture content, and not a lot of oil that I see. Yeah, looks like a decent amount of seeds. All right, so here I'll give you guys a look on the inside there. You see this spot right there. I thought that was mold, but it's actually just the pod. You see how really thin that one spot came out being. I think that's maybe just where I cut into it. I'm not sure. But you see what it looks like on the inside there. Again, not very wet, not very oily. This one right there's got a little bit of extra placental tissue, but not a whole lot. Very thin walls. So we'll see what it looks. We'll see how it tastes. Didn't smell it yet. Let me smell it. It's got a very mild boot smell to it. Mildly floral. Here we go. Very, very, very floral. It's like I was chewing on rose petals there. A bit of bitterness on the aftertaste. It's getting the throat a little bit right now. Not my favorite flavor. I'm trying to think of what else I got out of it. I did get a hint of sweetness, but just a hint. It was mainly just very, like I was chewing on a flower, with a bitter aftertaste as it went down. Let's see. Heat is focused mainly on the tongue right now. I do have a bit in the throat, but really my tongue right now is throbbing. It's on fire. I haven't had too many peppers that localize on the tongue that much. The more I swallow, the more the heat comes into my throat. As I was chewing it, I could really feel the heat intensifying in my mouth. So far, it's a very, very slow burn. Very slow. Not building fast at all. It's building, but it's very, very slow to do it. Reminds me a lot of a boot. Boot jalokias are very slow builders as well. It's attacking the salivary glands a little bit more, causing me to salivate quite a bit right now. Yeah, not a huge fan of the flavor though. This is not a hot burn. This is one of those stabbing burns. I really feel like my tongue is being just stabbed repeatedly with a needle. Or maybe a bunch of needles. But no, it's not a hot burn. But it's not unbearable. It's I've told you all that I prefer the hot burn over the stabbing burns, but this one's not unbearable so far. It's starting to feel a little bit more in the back of my throat. It's creeping its way back. Tongue is still about the same as where it was, but it's still throbbing. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, still building, but man, this is slow. Very, very slow. My tongue actually feels like it's going numb now. I haven't had my tongue go numb, so that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting feeling. So it's stinging, but at the same time, it's like the stinging sensations go away, and it's got a very numbing feeling going on. Roof of my mouth is getting hotter now. Top of my throat, not the back, but the top portion is getting hot, like right around where my uvula is. I don't know. I'm still waiting for this thing to get warmer, but it's so slow right now. Right now, I'd say it's only at a medium level heat right now. It's not, but man, it's just very, very, very slowly building. It hasn't stopped though. It hasn't stopped building, but it's just so slow. Very different type of burn I'm getting out of this. I mean, like I said, beyond the stabbing part, which I'm familiar with, it's got a numbing feeling in my mouth. Excuse me, like the parts of my mouth that initially got the stabbing feeling are starting to get numb now. The roof of my mouth is getting numb. Again, my tongue is numb. Salivary glands are getting numb. So I'm really not getting much of a burning feeling anymore. My mouth is just numb. Very, very strange. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit of sniffles here. Back of the throat is getting more intense now. I think it's just the more that I swallow. And maybe the more my mouth gets numb, the more I can concentrate on the heat in the back of my throat. I don't know. So yeah, recap. Not my favorite tasting pepper. This was, again, it was very floral. Fair amount of bitterness in the aftertaste, and just a slight hint of sweetness. It wasn't terribly fruity at all. But the heat's about mid-level. It's a different burn. It causes, like again, it's causing my mouth to numb up on me, which I've never experienced that out of a pepper before. Almost like I've got a shot of Novocaine. My lips are tingling right now. They're not really burning. I'm not getting hardly anything of a endorphin rush out of this. I don't know. It's a really cool looking pepper though. I mean, if you grow these, you just got something really, really cool that you can show people, because I really like the looks of those. They look scary. They look very scary. All right, well, I'd say we've leveled off, but I mean, my mouth is numb, so I don't know. I assume we've leveled off. So yeah, this is a good pepper in the fact that it's novel. It's very different. To be quite honest, I'm not sure how this would play out in a powder. Chris, if you want to put in the description of the video or the comments of the video, if you've done any kind of powders with this already or not, let us know. Because I honestly can't tell you all what I think this would be like in a powder. If I was to go on taste alone, I'd say it probably wouldn't be my favorite tasting thing in the world. But a lot of times if you dry peppers out, they can take on a different flavor, especially like if you smoke them. So if you were to add a little smokiness into this flavor profile, it might help it. I'm not sure. So yeah, sorry I can't give you guys a definitive answer on how I think this would play out in a powder. If you were to eat one of these fresh in your food, I can imagine it imparting off taste in it to me. Same with the hot sauce. You'd certainly have to mask that bitterness. Unless you're going for a savory sauce, the bitterness might help out a little bit in the savory. I don't know. Anyway, again, very floral, slightly bitter, slightly sweet at the same time. Medium level heat, a different heat that just causes a mouth-numbing sensation almost. So it's a very different pepper, and I'll say it's a good pepper. It's good, just because like I said, it's a novelty almost because it's something different, and it just really looks cool. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling here. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll be back on again later. So stay tuned. Thanks.